What is up, my friends? How's it going? And welcome to the 9th episode of our Mauryan campaign with your fellow comrade Summary. We have a riot at the capital and we are going to crush that riot. Hidden agents have been exposed. Meanwhile, our army out here, we have kind of marched closer towards Sirasena. The Scythians have declared war upon us, and they are going to pay dearly. They are being attacked by the Lugos, a Germanic faction to the west. And they pretty much just have two settlements, Sirasena and Phasis, and they are going to pay dearly for having declared war upon us. Meanwhile, we are going to march our army closer to the settlement. And he cannot reach the settlement with either army, but however, I'm not going to take a chance. I am going to try to sabotage the army that is nearby. Now that army can definitely not reinforce. In the meanwhile, we have achieved a cultural dominance in Scythia. It is at 44%. We do want it to, however, reach 60% for our reforms to trigger. Meanwhile, in Aktau and the province of Barazim, we have achieved 65% local culture. That is great. Our third army, Sena 3 Bactria, is moving up towards Sena 1 down here in Samandar in order to help us push for the Armenians and defeat the Ardhan. A major reason why is because the Armenians are a bit stubborn. They don't want peace, although I have taken the province I do require from them. I'm no longer interested in fighting a war against them. However, they will not accept peace under any circumstance. And they have called in their allies, the Katpatukas, who are also fairly stubborn. While in the rest of our empire, just a quick look. You can see we have leveled up our provinces, pretty much building up to whatever we so desire. And since we are making a lot more ducats per turn, as you can see, we are making 29,000 almost Bactria. We are going to go ahead and start to recruit our fourth army, I'm sorry. Going to go ahead and get those archers, 4 of them. Go ahead and get 5 spearmen. What's going on here? Yes, we are at a maximum. You can only recruit about 8 of these units, and we are at the maximum. So we're going to have to settle for the Mauryan elite warriors, who are slightly better in some ways and slightly worse in some other ways. They don't have as much armor penetration as the Imperial infantry. However, they do have better melee attack and defense. And they also lack a little bit in the armor department. However, the Imperial infantry does get a plus 15 bonus to elephant units. But why do we care about that when we have the best elephant units in the game? So let's go ahead and get a couple of these units. We can go ahead and recruit the Mauryan heavy macemen, 2 of them. Perfect. So as far as infantry is concerned, in 3 turns we should have recruited all the infantry, after which we will march towards Suzia and recruit the cavalry that we so require. Meanwhile, the population in Suzia is looking really great, and in Nisa as well. However, with that being done, I think I can go ahead and end this turn. There isn't much to do apart from politics, which I just remembered. We have almost finished leveling up our heir's spouse. And we have gotten a head start on all the authority that characters can get. So we're going to go ahead and improve some authority of other characters. While Ashoka can educate someone, and that is a bastard. So I am not going to bother. Bastards don't deserve love. I'm just kidding. However, yeah, we are going to also send our heir's spouse on a vacation, so that she returns back with better cunning. Atmaja. Wow, these Indian names aren't really all that Indian. I mean, they possibly could be, but they are no longer in use as far as I can tell. meanwhile, our change pattern in terms of our culture is slowly coming to a decline due to the higher up you go, the lesser change you get per turn. So it's kind of going to be a bit tough. However, we are in the process of building up our temples, and that should help with the cultural conversion in the province. And we will take Sirasena, the which I might go down south and attack Phasis, perhaps. Although that would put me in a very precarious situation with the Armenians. It'll open me up to attacks from several directions. So I might just ignore Phasis, take out Sirasena, try to sue for peace with the Scythians. And pretty much after that, I should be good to go. Meanwhile, I think I can get a trade agreement with the Lugos. I am at war with the Scythians. However, they do not like us due to expansionism. That is a problem we will be facing throughout this campaign, as we are going to be a massive contiguous empire. However, with that being said, I think it is time for us to go ahead and end this turn. Welcome back to the next turn. Trade agreements have been broken and the Seleucids have declared war upon us. So things are going to get a bit hot down south in Maka and Harmozia, Armenia, basically. Since that is going to be happening, we are going to quickly try to recruit our armies as quickly as possible. Get a couple of elephant units over here. 4 perhaps. We need 8 cavalry over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should take 3 turns for them to build up. While I am going to get some more archers over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 more spearmen. Should take 3 turns as well for this. And we're going to merge both of these armies, basically Sena 4 Partava and Sena 5 Transoxania. And we're going to have 2 armies to quickly march down south and start attacking Parsa. Hopefully hopefully Parsa won't be able to push deep into our provinces. But however, 3 turns is quite a lot. And quite a lot can happen in 3 turns. Meanwhile, our dignitary has leveled up, so I am going to go ahead and get some trades for him. Excuse me. I really do apologize for, the lack of clarity in my voice. That's mainly due to the fact that I'm just recently recovering from COVID. And we have finished our research over here. It's going to take 15 turns for the next research, so I'm not going to bother with that one. Instead, we are going to get our reforms soon, so I do want that level 3 Imperial Stable Complex. So I'm going to go ahead and research the Cataphractoi technology. Should allow me to upgrade. What I do desperately need,
in time, 2 things of
some form of friendship somewhere.
Speak, my friend.
Can I get a military alliance with you? Non-aggression. Oh. Seems like you hate me with an absolute passion. So diplomatically, we're looking in a very precarious position. I can get a trade agreement with these guys, so I'm going to go ahead, promptly do so. Ask them to pay me a little bit. There we go. Non-aggression, not interested. What about the Ptolemids? They should be willing to.
What would you say?
That is really awkward. They can't trade with me.
Offering honest sacrifice.
What about a non-aggression? Why is that? Have they lost this port over here? Oh my god. Bloody hell. Look at that. The Ptolemies are getting absolutely wrecked, which is kind of why the Seleucids are being so bullish against us. Damn it, Seleucids. I spared you when you were in your lowest. And I actually helped you by taking out a lot of your rebellious satrapies. And this is the thanks I get for all of that. Oh. Just absolutely horrible.
You have my attention.
Meanwhile, I don't want to fight the whole world, so I am going to try my best to get a non-aggression. to get a non-aggression with these guys. They won't agree. Things aren't looking good at all. I'm not gonna pay them for it.
At your
However, I am gonna attack Sirasena. The auto-resolve is strongly against us. However, I guess horse archers get a massive bonus in terms of auto-resolve. I'm gonna quickly hop into the battle because of that auto-resolve. And I will see you all in the battle. But before that, let's just go ahead and engage in some politics. Improve the zeal of this character. Improve the cunning of this character to the last level. And we can go ahead as well as improve. Okay, we use this character or perhaps this character to improve the authority over here. Great, so with that we have done the politics. Has any of our children grown? Nope, still the bastard. Alright. Can level up some generals like Vitashoka. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, let's hop right into the battle.
kill them all!
Welcome to the battle. We are going to begin our deployment. Hide all these trees. There are a lot of them. Okay.
We await your orders! We await your orders!
Spearmen out in the front as usual. Archers in behind. Gonna narrow down their formation. Put them in behind the spear line on guard mode.
Command,
Move up our units
we understand!
a little bit behind,
We await.
so that I don't have to individually move the Mauryan macemen, and I can just move the infantry units up ahead. Great. Elephants on the left flank in lock formation. Elephants on the right flank in lock formation. General on the right flank, lock formation again, and cavalry. We are ready to go, starting the battle and moving up ahead. And what exactly is going on with one of my elephant units? Where are you? The other one? Aye, caramba. Big mistake. Alright, however, it is an elephant unit, so it should be able to catch up. You over there, you're gonna come here. In your formation, I'm gonna lock you. You over here, you're gonna come here. In your formation, gonna lock you again. Select the entire army, move them slight behind. Alright, and I'll fast forward now. Well, a quick look at the enemy units. We do have a heavy shock cavalry, 41 armor. That's insanely good for a garrison unit, actually. And we do have a lot of horse archers. The battle has begun. Our entire army isn't in position. I am going to run with our elephants so that they quickly get into position. Slow down the battle. Every unit can kind of run into position now.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, general. Not looking good for the general. He's kind of isolated over here because we did a mistake and we didn't get our elephants in the right position. Meanwhile, we are going to quickly micromanage our archers.
Orders, my lord!
Get our cavalry up front. Try to engage those archer units on the flank. Quickly inspire over here. Take our general. Move him to charge this unit. Hurry up.
My lord?
Couldn't get that charge off, so we are going to lose a bit of cavalry. Meanwhile, these units over here can quickly get into the fight. Okay, general has done fairly well. Get out of there, general. War elephants can charge in there. Get some massive kills. General, you're going to feign a charge over there to kind of push that horse archer unit away. Keep in mind they do have Parthian shots, so they can still fire. However, we are taking them a bit further away from the battle, so that's always great. Horsemen on the left flank have made quick work of those archers, so going to make them charge the other archer unit. Meanwhile, our missile units have dealt with some of their cavalry units.
At your command!
Right. Move our elephants out of there. Move our cavalry out of there as well. Slowly march our infantry up forward.
Melee infantry! No!
The battle is turning in our favor.
Quickly adjust our front lines. Great. The elephants over here on the left flank have done well.
Light horse!
Horsemen on the right flank are also going to charge that archer unit. He is trying desperately to scare away our general's unit, but that's not going to work. Meanwhile, these horsemen are going to distract these spearmen, make them turn their backs towards us. Elephants have kind of charged over there. They are losing decisively, so that's good. Great. Get the horsemen a bit closer. Archers have done fairly well. So archers, you want to focus on the spearmen now. I'm going to go ahead, charge with our general over there. And the elephants can charge. This unit should rout fairly quickly because of that. Move our elephants behind. They've done fairly well. Improved Inspire, let's do that. General unit getting in the fight. And with that, they should be able to rout this side of the flank. The horsemen should try their level best to catch up with that unit. Meanwhile, the horsemen over here, don't stay in melee with spearmen, please. Alright, we have routed that spear unit.
It's used all its ammunition.
It's time to attack the archer units. Meanwhile, use our horsemen to kind of surround this unit over here. Archers, hit those spearmen, please. Great. And with that, we have won the battle. Fairly easy battle. We have taken a bit of losses. And I will see you all in the campaign, and hopefully we can peace out the Royal Scythians. Alright, we have conquered Sirasena. And we are going to occupy because it is Hindu culture. And with that, now we own the entire province of Scythia. I'm going to quickly dismantle these buildings. I don't really need them. And open up our diplomacy with the Scythians. Peace treaty. Hi, will you become a satrapy? How about if I pay you a little?
Not honey.
Or if I pay you a lot? I do need someone to fight on my side. I won't become a satrapy. Non-aggression? No. Alright, so you are just going to pay me for this peace. Oh. Jeez, it seems like everyone is super stubborn against us.
For your filthy pleasure.
There we go. Peace with the Scythians at last. Backed the Bosphorans, come on.
And there is much to do. So if you have
They're Greeks, they won't like us. I am going to try to improve relations with them. I can't really fight on so many fronts. So we will have to kind of try our best in order to improve our relationship with them.
greetings and now business.
They should be neutral, yeah. And in the next turn we can do far better. And kind of like try to establish some sort of agreements with them. Meanwhile, this army over here has been marching back and forth. It is in fortified stance. However, I do want to attack them. They do have another army up here in the north. Sena 3 Bactria is slowly making its way towards this settlement. It will take about another 4 turns to get there, so until then we're gonna have to kind of dig our heels in. Meanwhile, I have absolutely no intel on what's going on in Bam or Harmosia. I mean, I can see Harmosia a bit, so that's always helpful. Can I peace out the Seleucids? Why do you hate me so much? God damn. Alright, I'm just gonna keep it. On the bright side, it is giving us a bit of public order due to our faction and being at war. So, yes, some good has come of it. Although I would have rather preferred if they didn't declare war on me. However, with that, I think I can go ahead and end the turn. I'm going to put this army in patrol stance. End the turn. I have a decent amount of population in Sirasena, so that's good. If the Bactrians do decide to declare war on me, however, that might also be a good thing because, you know, as most of you have seen in my Bosporan campaign, the Bosporan province of over here is one of the best food provinces in game, so should be able to resolve my food situation should I conquer that province. Wow, like I said, this is one of, if not the hardest reforms ever in the game. However, before I do end the turn, I would desire to actually go ahead, try to kill that army off, because that will open a route for me to kind of push into Kabala. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Do I have enough population to replenish here? Seems like I do, so let's go ahead, fight this battle. Alright, I'll see you all in the battle. Welcome to the battle. We do want to get some ideal weather, preferably dry weather. Ah, I did forget my gamma settings are fine. Alright. Quickly going to deploy our army. Keep our cavalry up in one unit, our elephants in the other, spearmen in one unit, and our melee troops in the last unit. What are we going to do? We are going to position our spearmen over here, this side. Alright. This is our main front line. We are going to attack mainly from this direction into the gates over there. And over here on the right flank, I'm going to position my elephants. Lock that formation. I think we can enable trees in this battle. Get our general also there. Lock the formation. Melee troops can be on this side. Jesus, I have kind of selected everything, so that's kind of messed things up. Alright. Gonna have to redo everything again. Thankfully, we didn't do everything. Alright, elephants, you are over here. General, you are over here. Give him 2 archers. Alright. Turn off the fire at will. Infantry unit over here. Ah! Ah, my god. I'm actually going to cut this out. Never mind. 3rd time's the charm. Let's go ahead and do it again. You know, if you do hold down the shift key, that's what it does. It selects every piece of army, and I do hold down the shift key to move across the map a bit faster, like this. If I just hold the arrow keys, it goes a bit slow. And when you hold down the shift key, one of the downsides is that, you know, you can accidentally select the entire army. So let's try that again. Make sure we don't select that shift key. Yes. Finally. Move our army up over here. Horsemen, you can kind of support in case it's required. Right. Narrow down your formation a bit. I want you to be mobile as possible. And we have 2 more archers. I'm gonna put them up here. Remove the fire at will. And at last, we are ready to start the battle. Let's go ahead, start the battle. First things first, we do want to move our archers close up. Our spearmen can also move close up. And on this side, we can also approach the city. Excuse me. We are gonna fast forward a little bit. The idea is to use our archers and their flaming shot to burn down the enemy towers, after which we will begin our assault on the fortification. I'm going to switch off the trees just for some better visibility. Alright, we are almost in range over here. I can push up a little bit closer. Great. This archer unit, go ahead, hit that. This archer unit, hit that. This archer unit can hit that, and this archer unit can hit that. They have done their job. I'm going to pull them behind. Switch to standard shot. Start moving them around to the rear. There. These archers have done their job as well. Move them behind. Hurry up. Turn off the standard shot. Move them around behind to the rear. Okay, that's great. Now with that done, I am going to move my spearmen up slowly and steadily. Holding down the control key so that they walk. Alright. Should have waited for the towers to burn down, but they almost burnt down, so that's great.
The enemy's tower has been destroyed.
Okay. Towers have been destroyed, most of them. Almost destroyed. Great.
What are your orders?
Spearmen are almost in position. They can kind of run in now. Meanwhile, our elephants can get a bit closer as well in preparation for the assault, as well as our units over here. Meanwhile, our cavalry is going to stay somewhere close by. I'm going to put toggle on that skirmish mode so that they don't get caught out. Our archers can be here. They are fairly safe. There's no way for the enemy to approach us. I'm going to toggle the fire at will on.
Orders, my lord!
Going to move up our melee troops a bit closer. Try to burn down these walls to make it a bit easier for us.
Ride horse!
Hey, they are coming out
Riders!
through this way instead of our main front line. And that's the cue for our elephants to go in and charge, attack. Move our horsemen back quickly. Our front line can go ahead, engage these troops. Our spearmen can also go ahead, engage them. We lock the formation so that they pick individual targets.
The walls are breached.
Great stuff. I should have timed that better. I am going to take some casualties from the wall being exploding over there. That's not great. Ah, there we go. Yes, that was painful.
Our general is under attack.
Apart from that error, we fought fairly well, I would say. Quickly inspire the whole army where we can.
Elephants ready!
Get our elephants in quick.
Ready!
Swordsmen, quickly attack.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
The archers are doing some pretty good damage considering they're hitting the enemy from the flank. Get our elephant units here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Cavalry doing a good job. Meanwhile, this general unit is trying to flank our own unit, so we are going to go ahead and try to counter flank him. Hurry up, get in there.
We are at your command!
Okay, we can go ahead and inspire.
Awaiting orders! Forward! Awaiting orders!
We can go ahead, charge that unit. It is a heavy shock cavalry, so they are going to be pretty good on the charge. However, we do have the numerical superiority, so
Elephants!
it should be fairly easy for us to deal with them.
Engage! Charge!
How are elephants units doing? They are doing quite great.
Engage!
Okay, cavalry has dispatched of that cavalry unit. Gonna switch our archers to flaming shot.
The general is dead.
Gonna break their morale. And with that, we have won the battle. So I will see you all in the campaign. Okay, we have defeated that army. However, they do have a few survivors. I'm gonna enslave the captives, pursue them.
Leave none alive!
Can auto-resolve this one. Enslave them again.
We fight
And
for you, my lord.
be able to replenish fairly quickly. Gonna go ahead, get some of that melee ability for units. Over here,
At your command.
we do want to be able to attack Kabala in the next turn, so I am actually going to take a risk. I don't know what's going on here. There could be an Armenian stack. Definitely not an Ardan stack, because Ardan has an army over there. And it's only at Imperium level 1, so it should only have 2 armies. So the risk is, I am going to put this army on patrol stance. And with that, I think I can go ahead and end the turn. Alright, welcome back to the next turn. We have the need for cavalry. You can either rally horsemen or take cavalry training. I think I'm gonna go for the cavalry training one. We are currently training cavalry. I'm gonna quickly stop training them and retrain them. As you can see, they get some experience. 2 chevrons, namely. Let's go ahead and level up some of our characters. Ashoka has reached the maximum level, so we have finished completely leveling him up. Gonna go ahead over here quickly. His army has replenished completely. We should be able to march on towards Kabala and siege it down. It's gonna be a tough siege, as I do remember the garrison was kind of better. However, it isn't. I'm gonna go ahead, quickly siege it. The idea is I am contemplating if I actually do want to invade into Armenia. I am opposed to doing so because that will just open a new front, and a pretty big front against me. And that could be a problem because I am at war with the Seleucids, as you recollect. So I am actually going to go ahead and claim them as my own satrapy. I can auto-resolve this. It's at 91%. So let's go ahead. Quickly auto-resolve. And with that, I am going to make them into my satrapy. You belong to me now.
At your command.
And because you belong to me, I want you to have trade agreement with me.
Always smell
Perfect.
fish and
You're gonna
honey
pay me.
guests. Speak quickly then, before I lose.
And now you're at war with your former overlord. So that's great.
At once.
Quickly march back Ashoka into Samandar for that replenishment. And we can go ahead and build these temples over here. That's great. So we have kind of blocked off the Armenians. Their only route to attack us is through this mountain pass, or they have to take out Kabala and then come through this pass. Meanwhile, if I do help Kabala take over Sketa, that should kind of secure our provinces up here north in Scythia. So I am going to go ahead and try my best to do that. And I guess I can go about this way. Right, perfect. And I am going to set Sketa as a war target so that my subject does attempt to march towards it.
Ready for orders.
Great, so things are looking great. Meanwhile, the Bosphorans can decide to attack us. We have left Sirasena undefended, so that could be a problem.
An end has
However, I'm gonna see if I can reach him, perhaps sabotage him.
Sabotage. As you order, my lord.
And even though it was a 71% chance,
Than these.
if I ends up being wounded, not the best feeling in the world. When you pretty much get the 29% of failure, and not just that, quite a critical failure at that. So I'm gonna have to wait a few turns before I can use that spy again. That is kind of a problem. Meanwhile, our spy up here doing nothing, so I am gonna march him down towards Bam, get some line of sight of what is going on over there. We can engage in some more politics, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do that. Right. Finally, can begin improving the cunning of this character. Are there any characters I can level up? Promote to the next round. It seems unlikely. So with that, I think I can go ahead and end the turn. Welcome back to the next turn. Oh god, the Atropatkan are at war with us now. Wow, things are looking fairly bad. We are at war with a lot of people. The Seleucids, not much of a threat. Parsa, the immediate threat. Petpatuka, once again, not much of a threat. Take is kind of medium threat. Atropatkan, medium to high threat. They do have this one settlement over here that could pose a problem.
For you, my lord.
Going to stop the recruitment of cavalry over here. Move our army into the settlement at Suzia.
Our lord needs good fighters.
And go ahead and build up those last few cavalry units. I do, however, need to somehow establish a peace
Greeting.
of some sort, or a trade agreement if I can, with the Bosphorans.
If it profits my people, agreement too.
They don't like us all that much. Yet, the Atropatkans have declared war on us. They've joined the war, so whose war exactly have they joined? I'm not at war with anyone.
You have my attention.
What if I pay you a bit? Will you stop being a pain in my...
For
Nah. Well, I guess for that you are going to lose Hecatomb Pylos, so... It's your funeral. Alright, we are ready to move in towards Bam with our spy. The Parsons are fairly disorganized, so that should give us a little bit of time to deal with that. Meanwhile, I can prioritize trying to get my army up here. Because of that, a little bit of a time frame that I have. And I can give this guy all of the units that he needs. To kind of hold out over here, we are going to form a defensive holdout over here. At the same time, we are going to try to push in through Harmosia and Carmania.
My lord.
Interesting. I could even attack the Atropatkan from the west, so I am actually going to attempt to do that. Meanwhile, I will march my other army towards Quetta.
At your command.
Quick look at our province. We do want to get that Hinduism up to 60% as quickly as we can. That should give us access to our better cavalry units, which we desperately need now, as we are going to be fighting a lot of superior cavalry units in the near future. We are at war against the Seleucids. They have amazing cavalry. The Armenians also have good cavalry. I would know, I designed the unit cards. While Cam design the units themselves. Of course, the Atropaten, the remnants of the Persian Empire, also has good cavalry units. Once again, we can quickly jump into our politics. And pretty much this character has leveled up, so gonna go ahead, increase the zeal of that character. And her cunning as well. And over here we are going to improve the authority of this character. And with that, I think we can end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. Alright, welcome back to the next turn. Things are going from bad to worse, actually. As yet another faction has declared war upon us. And that is actually the Bosporan faction. However, they are at war with the Lugos as well. Who hate us? Come on. Man. Oh, it's because of the gifts I gave to the Archibosphorus. I guess the Bosphorans are pretty angry I didn't complete their campaign. They want to somehow extract revenge upon me for some reason. I'm gonna march my army a little bit closer to the city. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna see if I can move Ashoka up to Sirasena in order to defend that province. My spy is back out, so I'm gonna move him quickly into Bosporan lands, steal some food, get some visual. Tanais is undefended, whereas Phanagoria is quite well defended. Meanwhile, I can't actually see what's going on in Pantikapaon. But I am going to, you know, despite all the gifts I gave to the Bosphorans, they turned out to be real douchebags and decided to attack me anyway. So I am going to fight this war, and it's going to be a war of annihilation. I am going to destroy them completely. Take this entire province. There shall be no remaining Greeks in this region. And we shall have a lot of the food for ourselves. Have a quick look at our provinces. We have finished building this building, so I'm going to go ahead and build the Eastern Spice Trader. That gives some nice bonuses to commerce. Great. Meanwhile, the Atropatkan are marching slowly towards Suzia, so I'm quite glad I bought this army here to kind of transfer over some units. So I am going to go ahead and do just that. Transfer them over. We go. Now that should be a full stack. While I am going to march this army back towards Atrokoana and continue the recruitment of this army. Economy is going down a bit, and that's because we are hiring more troops. Right. It'll take us 2 turns to fully recruit this army. Meanwhile, Parsa is slowly organizing their forces in Carmania, so we have to watch out for that. And I'm gonna have to actually march my army all the way down, back down, in order to deal with this situation back in our homeland. Character has leveled up, so time to get some more skills for him. Meanwhile, our other dignitary has reached the province. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy him. We're getting about 1.7 per turn, so it should be about 5 to 6 turns before we get 60% over there. And with that, hopefully, we should have the reforms kick in. Alright, with that, I guess I am ready to end the turn, and I'm actually going to go ahead and end the video. I think it's been long enough. Should make for a very interesting episode 10, considering we have wars to fight everywhere. Let's have a quick look at the strategic map before I end the video. Up here in the north in Scythia, you can say that is one of our major frontiers now. It looked like things were going to be a bit pacified once I had subjugated the Ardhan. It seemed like I pretty much had the Armenians quite contained. However, the Bosphorans decided to attack me, so now I do have this entire front over here that I must march my way into, take them out, then somehow cross over and take Panticapaon out. And should I do that, I should pretty much almost secure my northern front, as we do have the Caucasus Mountains to the south that should help us defend better. Meanwhile, the Lugos in the north could attack us. They do not like us for some reason. However, I'm going to try to spend as much money as I can in order to prevent them from doing so. If the Lugos have been pacified, then we have secured our northern front. No one can attack us from this direction. And that'll be great, because then we can pretty much keep our armies somewhere around here to kind of create a sort of defensive screen to prevent any Armenian incursions or Scythian incursions should they choose to declare war upon us again. They do hate us, they are unreliable, so even though we did piece them out, it's quite likely that they would attack us again. They are treacherous, yeah. Meanwhile, looking at the south near our heartlands, we have a major situation here. We have a war with the Atropatkan, and we have war with Parsa, so or the Persians, okay, and we'll have to kind of slowly get our way across Armenia into Parsa, and should we do that at the same time, we are going to progress towards Partava, so they're going to be basically two armies, or basically two army fronts. We are going to have a northern army and a southern army slowly make its way across, and we are going to secure our western frontier. As you can see, we are quite spread out at the moment. We have a lot of avenues through which the enemy can attack us, so ideally we want to minimize that. And we can do so by pushing all the way westwards and till the Zagros mountain range. The Zagros mountain range is actually quite good and defensive. And then it should be fairly easy to launch our attacks into the Seleucids. And this will pretty much be the last time the Seleucids ever declare war upon us. I think they have forgotten the lessons that our grandfather Chandragupta Maurya has taught them. So we are going to teach them those very same lessons again. Unfortunately, this time, they won't be alive to learn from those lessons. Fortunately for us, though. However, with that, I am going to end the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you liked the video, then like the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you are interested for more. Peace and love.